Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine. We have kind of an interesting start here, you guys. I've been hearing Death Cab for Cutie movie script ending. So, it used to be one of my favorite albums, actually. I think it was their third album. And the song, I believe, is about going back home or somewhere that you used to live, and things kind of like sounding and smelling the same. And one of the lines that's sticking out for me is passing through unconscious states. And I feel like there's just like a hint of kind of disassociation, somebody that is kind of living in their own world for a little bit to deal with a significant change. We've got official person and coffin from the Kipper. So there is, I think, an end of a relationship or an end of a career, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I feel like the nostalgia of the Death Cab for Cutie song is telling me that somebody is appreciating that something they used to do or something used to be is just not who they are anymore, right? And I don't know. Let's dig in and get some more. Let's con spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I had to go back to the blue lights, you guys. They're just my favorite. All right. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful weekend if you're watching this while I post it. I think we'll go, gosh, I think maybe get a couple more from the Kipper, because this official person and coffin is quite the interesting combination. So we have gift in the reverse, marriage, and unexpected income in the reverse. Okay, so Divine Feminine, I think we're talking about somebody ending a relationship here. Possibly stepping away from a more materialistic lifestyle and wanting to pursue something more meaningful. Like the fact that the marriage card is surrounded by what looks like loss, but really like sparkly, shiny loss. It's well, let's think about the fact too that I think that song is referring to Hollywood. So the kind of, all that glitters is not gold saying is coming forward for me. So I feel like somebody got drawn into a relationship here that was maybe really exciting at the time, but kind of faltered when it came to that true emotional connection. There may have been a little bit more focus on the material or maybe even the reputation someone has, since we have official person. But there's a loss here. For some of you, this could literally be that somebody's passed away. My condolences if that's true. But I think for the majority of you, this is somebody changing their perspective in terms of what they want for a love relationship and realizing that there's something kind of empty here, right? Passing through unconscious states. Like, I'm just kind of going through the motions. I don't really want to be here. All right, we'll get a couple more from the Kipper. Wealthy man in the reverse. Pathway in the reverse. Somebody is deciding that being rich is not the most important thing. They may have been really focused on trying to make a lot of money or achieve a certain status. They may have felt like that was the only way to be accepted or loved. Good morning, Lynn. How are you doing? Oh, just being churchly. So I think somebody's found like their meaning in life. They've realized that they've been chasing the wrong pursuits and there's something more important to them. This feels like somebody who realizes there may be, like, if they're going through a divorce, there may be a pretty significant cost they may have to give up process sorry, properties or assets. I was laughing because Lynn was laughing. Um, but somebody realizes that their freedom is more important. They might have really enjoyed having a lot of things or being seen as really successful or important, but they still feel trapped. There's still a sense that whatever they thought would make them feel free or independent has really just made them feel trapped or locked in because there's something here they want to do that they don't have the ability to do, even though they are quite, you know, comfortable financially. All right, we're going to grab some from the Rider Waite. We have the Chariot in the reverse. This is like someone putting the brakes. Maybe it's a very sudden decision. With the Nine of Wands in the reverse, this is somebody not wanting to defend something anymore, not wanting to continue to put in effort or guard something. Maybe somebody here was in the law enforcement world with the Chariot in the reverse. They may be deciding that they don't want to be working within that industry anymore. But I think for the majority of you, this is somebody deciding they don't want to be in this relationship. They may have put a lot of time and energy into trying to make this work, but it isn't serving their greatest purpose. And I feel like for this person, they've already processed a lot of this heartache or heartbreak over the situation not going the way that they wanted it to. A lot of times when you have, you know, a long time between when you decide you want to leave and when you actually make that break, you're already processing those emotions, you're letting go. So I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I certainly have, where you start processing that heartbreak weeks or even months before somebody else might because you're working up to having that conversation or you're realizing all of the hard work that is going to be in front of you by virtue of needing to, kind of separate yourself, right? I feel like somebody has already done a lot of that healing work, working through the loss, but that there is maybe a bit of a shock or difficulty and heartbreak for the other person, or possibly even attached like family members who didn't want to see this ending. We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse under the Wealthy Man in the reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. This feels like somebody took something. Take it how it resonates, but I feel like whoever was kind of deciding that they didn't need to put all of their eggs in one basket and assume that being rich equals happiness. Whoever has like kind of a disdain for materialism right now, I feel like they may be aware that somebody was being a little bit dishonest or sneaking things that they didn't really need to sneak because they were trying to maybe what's the word? Like squeeze every last drop of orange juice from the orange. Especially if somebody knew that the relationship was ending. This could be, for example, somebody like racking up $5,000, $10,000 on a credit card because they know it's going to go to you in a month as a bill instead of them, right? That kind of thing. And I feel like this person is just like, I don't care. Like, maybe you still think that it's important to be a billionaire or a millionaire or have a yacht or whatever, but that's not my pursuit anymore. What I want to do is something meaningful, right? Yes, exactly, Lynn. And hello, Tom. How are you? Oh, hello. I love the UK. I have a little bit of obsession with eventually going to visit there, you guys. In part because you're gonna be totally in love with this. In part because I have an obsession with Queen Elizabeth I and her ability to lead in a time where most people didn't think women should read a book. And then on the other side of the spectrum, Geordie Shore, because I love that shit. It's so awful. And I think Miss Charlotte just had a baby, so that's exciting. Anyways, back to tarot. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Cups. So this is under imprisonment. I feel like this is somebody recognizing that even though they may be comfortable in a relationship, it doesn't feel like happiness. It doesn't feel like this Knight of Cups should feel like romantic, comfortable in a good way, right? Cozy in front of the fire, as opposed to just focusing on whether or not you can pay all your bills, right? I would love to. And thank you, Tom. I can't remember if Tom, you were the one that said, "Oh, and you roller skate?" Now I'm thinking I might need to like put together a short where I'm roller skating for you guys. We'll work on that. All right. The Chariot in the reverse has the Hermit in the reverse. And this is all under the Gift in the reverse. Somebody is losing something that is kind of treasured by a lot of people. This could be a relationship, a person, or a status, something that a lot of people covet. But I feel like the reason that they want to move forward and kind of be okay with losing this is because they know it wasn't helping them on their path to being a better person. Somebody felt like all of the glittery gold wealth was just a distraction. Hello, Miss Christina. I hope you're feeling better today. We have the Ten of Swords, and this is all about endings. This could also be about betrayal. But I think more importantly, this is confirmation on the coffin and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. There is a relationship here, likely a marriage, that has grown a little bit tedious. People are aware, maybe even just the two people in the relationship, maybe even only one person. There's an awareness that this is more of a roommate situation or more of a marriage of convenience, maybe making sure that the kids are okay, making sure that, you know, your parents don't get mad or your cousins don't talk shit, whatever it is. Oh, I'm so glad, Christina. I hope 100% is something you hit today. No way. I love it, Tom. Yeah, I've been working on that too. There's a couple of different ways to do it, but what I love is there's a bunch of accounts you can look up on like Instagram, for example, that teach you how to roller skate. So I've been looking at those. All right. Yeah, I thought we had one tip over. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse under the Three of Swords in the reverse. So our heartbreak, I think at some point made for some indecision, right? Somebody maybe wanted to leave and then would change their mind and come back, or they would actually leave and then they would come back. So there's been some delays and some changing of mind. Maybe somebody got talked into going to therapy to see if they could make this work. But I feel like there's something here that someone discovered, possibly pertaining to money, where let's say somebody did say, you know, I know you're not happy. Let's try to go to therapy. And then while you're doing therapy, which I'm sure would be a couple of weeks, right? At least, this person started charging a lot of things to credit cards, for example. I feel like there's something like that here for someone who's like, okay, so you're not actually trying to work on this then, right? It's like they were just buying time so that they could buy more things. And we have the Eight of Wands. This is like rapid communication or fast action. So this is looking like somebody realized that their partner wasn't truly trying to resolve whatever issues there were between them, but rather just looking for a way to take more money that they had access to before they no longer had access to it. And then, bam, maybe someone delivered divorce papers like the next morning. There's something here about very fast communication that's saying, okay, now we're not doing this anymore. We have the Sun in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse. I feel like somebody was kind of wearing rose-colored glasses, didn't want to admit to themselves that they were maybe even experiencing a little bit of depression, but at the very least, not very happy in the relationship. But with the Page of Cups in the reverse, this feels like somebody trying to kind of blame themselves. Somebody feeling like it's just my own depression. It's not because I'm in a relationship with someone who doesn't treat me well. It's my fault that they don't treat me well. And I don't want to get too far into, medical stuff because I'm not a doctor, but I do want to say that if you're in a relationship and more than half of the time you find that this person contributes to you feeling anxious, unhappy, or like you're not enough, that's not love. That is not love. That is somebody who is trying to keep you stuck. If you are in a healthy relationship with somebody who loves you, they're going to find a way to, at least for half of the time, make you happier, find a way to make you smile, um, roller skate and fall on their ass for you so that you chuckle. There's a desire to make someone happy when you actually love them, right? And if somebody was more interested in poking the bear or making you upset or making you feel like you're not enough, that is not love, my friend, and you deserve better. This is somebody having to acknowledge that their unhappiness or their depression was not just of their own making, but also of the circumstances and the situation that they were in. So I feel like there was an attempt here to actually address this in a healthy way, therapy, or maybe like a little vacation to try to reconnect. And the other person didn't take it seriously. The Warriors. Hello, King Pirate. How's it going? That's a good call, Tom. Yes, exactly. Pirate, you make everyone so excited. Welcome, welcome. And Tom, you're right. We got no time for users, right? Got to pull your own weight. Well, I just pulled too many cards because I got excited, but this is kind of nice actually. Somebody is realizing that they don't want to live a life of materialism and that they may have been paired up with somebody that was a little bit too focused on making more money, spending more money, looking rich to other people. And that was making it really difficult for someone to feel like they could heal from whatever was causing their depression. So, this King of Pentacles in the reverse, Star in the reverse, is someone looking at the situation, realizing what the truth of the situation is, how they could help themselves, what changes they need to make, and then realizing, hey, I can change this. I don't have to be stuck here. There is no key and lock for my prison. I have put myself here. And that means I can take myself out of here. I am powerful, more powerful than I wanted to give myself credit for, and probably more powerful than this person wanted me to believe. So somebody is changing here. Somebody is deciding to make, I think, a pretty radical change in their life because they know no one else is going to make that change for them, right? Aw. Yeah, it happens a lot. But, they say laughter is infectious. And I feel like if you're going to want to watch more than one of my videos, it's got to be at least a little entertaining, right? Wow, you guys, we have the Ten of Swords again. But, at least we got something nice to look at. We've got somebody who may have betrayed you with a third party or your person. But I think really what I see with the Hermit in the reverse and Ten of Swords is somebody that was willing to keep, I don't know, causing pain or living in pain instead of doing the work. So this feels like somebody who is content to avoid therapy or avoid resolution to whatever is a problem. So this is like coming across as somebody who likes to fight, somebody who doesn't necessarily want to resolve the issue. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is another card that makes me feel like somebody was stuck. We have the Sun in the reverse again, which we had right here. So this Nine of Pentacles in the upright is somebody who feels like they can take care of themselves, somebody who has a close connection to spirit, somebody who is seen as desirable and single, free. But in the reverse, especially with the Sun in the reverse, we have somebody that has been struggling to feel happy because of their relationship, because of feeling imprisoned. This is not a relationship where people lift each other up. This is a relationship where someone feels very alone. This is something where I think somebody felt like they had to live their life the way other people would want them to live it, living it for their children, living it for their family's expectations of them, whatever it might be. But with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, this person, I think, is realizing that all of the money in the world doesn't make up for the fact that you have somebody that you don't really want to be with, living in your home, using your credit cards, eating your food, spilling their grape juice on your couch. Like, come on, man. I actually, as a small child, once we were being babysat, me and my brother, and I was very opinionated. Okay, I've always been very opinionated, but I didn't want the pink cup. There was a blue cup and a pink cup because, brother and sister, and my parents always thought I should love the color pink. And I was very like averse to it. Like, no, everyone wants me to like pink. I don't like pink. Green is my favorite color. So I was fighting over the blue cup. I got so mad that I whipped, I think I was like 7 or something, maybe 6. I whipped the grape juice at the white wall between the windows. So I think it stained like the wood frame and the white wall. And my parents got home and didn't really understand my reasoning because I just wanted the blue cup. Somebody here is like Carmen as a child, throwing a fit, not wanting to really like see reason. They're being stubborn. And with the Hanged Man in the reverse in particular, because we have somebody kind of in a sexy pose there, I feel like this is somebody who was being difficult specifically because they wanted the money, but they didn't care about the person. So this is feeling more and more like somebody had something else on the side, but wanted to be able to leverage the money from this person. Four of Wands in the reverse. This is a foundation that is not, weatherproof. This is something that would be considered a shaky foundation and one that seems to be built on emotional manipulation. Oh, did that rhyme? I'm a poet. Didn't even know it. So we have somebody here that was trying to make sure that they could hold together this unreliable foundation by, I think, making someone feel bad. You can't leave me. What are you going to tell our children? You mean the ones that you send to like daycare constantly so you can go shopping? Yeah, I can tell you care about them a lot, Susan. I don't know why I use that name so much. But somebody here was trying to make, I think, this official person feel bad for wanting to make a change that would enable this person to actually have a loving relationship. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. I'm seeing this in a couple of ways. This feels like the user in the marriage trying to kind of plead with the official person to stay in this marriage. But I also feel like this official person has been seeing signs, maybe even dreaming about someone from their past, wanting to reconcile with somebody that they already know they would be able to laugh with, enjoy vacations with. You guys, it's not easy to travel with people. If you find somebody that you can get on a plane and then maybe even on a train, spend 12 to 14 hours dealing with the general public and like overpriced water bottles and potentially losing your favorite underwear. If you can travel well with somebody, that says a lot. I feel like somebody knows that there is another person out there that doesn't fight with them and they still have passion for this person. They want to return to this person. I think they're dreaming, or like I said, maybe even song lyrics are making them think of this person, especially because I was referencing a song earlier in this reading, Death Cab for Cutie. There's a sense that maybe this official person wants to return to a place they used to live, return to a home, but that they first have to find a way to get away from a relationship that's really suffocating. Because this official person doesn't want to live in the past anymore, even if they're being guilted by this Empress in the reverse. Whatever power this person held over the official person isn't really holding anymore. This Princess of Wands card, by the way, is the Page of Wands. And that's also a card that talks about communication. So I feel like this particular card always makes me feel like there's two people that somebody's effectively choosing between. Someone that may be more on the kind of boring, reliable side, and someone that maybe is more of a true connection, right? Like not just living as roommates. And I feel like this would be a new beginning. So maybe not even something that had gotten off the ground before. Maybe there was no physical intimacy or relationship here, just kind of like a crush. And with justice coming out in the reverse, there's a sense here that someone feels like they didn't do right by this person that they continually think about. You guys are awesome. That's true. And you know what? I do pirate. I think the most common place to catch Carmen dancing is in the kitchen. I really like dancing when I'm cooking. But you have to have like the right music, obviously. Or do you? If you hadn't noticed, I don't mind making an ass of myself. So we have the High Priestess in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. I feel like this official person is confusing pretty much everyone that knows them or thought that they knew them. Like they're not being as obvious or as open about what they're doing, right? People are like, you were predictable and I knew exactly how you would act for like the last 20 years. And now you're moving across the country or going on a solo vacation to Finland. Why? I mean, Finland's beautiful, but like High Priestess in the reverse, you're not sharing information with people and it's making people feel uncomfortable. I think in particular, this Nine of Cups in the reverse is about the selfish, greedy person that this person's in a relationship with, wanting to know why everything's changing all of a sudden and why, they don't get all the money they want, right? There could be a battle here brewing for child custody. So if you resonate with either, if you resonate with, I think, the masculine energy here, I would definitely encourage you to document whatever you can. Just writing down date, whatever was said, blah, 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 whatever it was. Keep all of that information and be really guarded on social media. This High Priestess in the reverse seems to me also to suggest that this Empress in the reverse is not in touch or in tune with her intuition, prefers to be really 3D, very focused on, again, the material, right? We have the World in the reverse. There's unfinished business here. There was an end, but not a satisfactory one. And I feel like both people want to reconcile. There's something very, wow, what's the word? Balanced between the two of you. But this person doesn't know. I think they're trying to decide whether or not they should travel towards this person. But remember the song I started the reading with? This is about somebody who is, I think, literally traveling on a railroad. Because it said something about the sound of the air on the railroads is the same. So I feel like somebody is thinking about whether or not they should just travel to this person from their past that they're missing. Hierophant. But they may be concerned about whether or not they're able to satisfy, the divorce situation fully before they move towards this person that they still have feelings for. This Hierophant card could also suggest that somebody is protected. Oh boy, do I love this. So I noticed I hadn't filled in this one last spot over here. So I pulled the Emperor just now. This is someone absolutely standing in their power. This is somebody who put other people's needs before their own for a very long time and decided that they needed to do something to change this. But there are people that are divided on this person's decisions. I think this person, this masculine energy provides for a lot of people or is a very respectable figure in the community. And there could be concerns of, I just don't support divorce, or I just feel like you should be staying for the kids, that kind of thing. Lots of judgy behavior, but I think this is a divine masculine who has a very pure heart or intention. Kind of feels like somebody who's been working really hard to make sure that they could do right by everyone else, but not themselves. All right, we're going to move to the everyday tarot. Empress in the reverse again. Okay, so this is, I think, a bit of a warning. If you resonate with the other two folks, not the Empress in the reverse, this person with the Five of Swords is planning to sabotage someone else. So again, keep in mind, I was kind of picking up on somebody trying to steal money before being cut off for the divorce. That could be it, but there could also be information that this feminine energy wants to use against her soon-to-be ex. This Empress in the reverse is really petty or really feeling vengeful because they thought they were set for life in terms of not having to worry about working. And now I think they're facing reality and realizing they might have to actually go back to work. So if they can't screw this person out of more money, they want to at least make this miserable. Quality gal, don't you think? But with the Nine of Pentacles, it doesn't matter. This is an ending that is destined to happen. There is a reconciliation that is meant to happen. And this person can't stop that. They've tried. They've certainly tried. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse again, the Emperor in the reverse, and the Three of Swords in the reverse. This person, the feminine energy that is being left, is struggling because she can't read her ex. She doesn't know how to get to him because even when she tries to take the money, it doesn't really piss him off. Like, yeah, I want to be able to like eat food and stuff, but I don't need to be a millionaire just so that like, I can be happy like you do, right? Like you're happy based off of the 3D, the kind of like superficial shit. I don't care. You can't hurt me. It's such a glorious feeling when you know that somebody is trying to mess with you and they can't. Like, I've definitely had a few conversations with people that were disrespectful, right? Like, one that's coming to mind is somebody that I'd been a good friend to, that I thought was my friend, who turned on me and was trying to make me feel bad about myself, was calling me worthless, was telling me, like, everyone thinks you're a hoe, all of these, like, really, like, lame shots, and I just sat there, you know, listening. Well, kind of listening. It was like voice notes and text messages and laughing to myself, like, man, maybe you just haven't encountered somebody that is truly confident or truly believes in who they are or has managed to, climb that mountain of building self worth. But when you get to that point, you, of course, take constructive criticism seriously because that's how you improve yourself. But you're kind of untouchable. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a little impervious to whatever the shit you have to say about me. Cause like, number one, you're like 15 years younger than me. You don't know shit, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't be wise beyond your years or, be 22 and know what you're doing. I've met 22-year-olds who know what they're doing, but this one didn't. And for you to think that I'm going to take seriously whatever insults you want to like whip at me because I won't like stop telling the truth. Oh, you're adorable and stupid. Um, you don't define how I feel about myself. And I want all of you to get to that point if you're not already there. Know exactly why you're awesome. Be proud of it. Don't be like overly cocky or annoying. People don't really like that. But you can be confident and you can be an example for others to learn to love themselves as well. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing so delicious as being able to sit back and just kind of like, uh-huh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm totally worthless. Hmm. Wait, actually, I don't care what you think about me. How's that? So I feel like there's this imperviousness that this, if that's the right word, that this formerly wealthy man or this masculine going through a divorce is getting to. Like, go ahead, do your worst. I don't really care because right now, what I'm focused on is the fact that for once I might be able to actually go and do what I want and be with who I want. And you can't stop me. And I know that drives you crazy. Oh, you guys are awesome. Yes, yes. Tom, stop talking about t-shirts. We've been talking about needing some Wicked Wands t-shirts. Might have to happen. So you guys, there's definitely somebody who is healed from the emotional abuse or the fighting that this person really likes to do, the drama, the toxicity. Like, do your worst. I don't care. This is me walking away towards my happiness. And whatever you do, you can't stop me. My mind is made up. There is no decision that remains. I have already made that decision. I'm moving forward. We have the Page of Swords. I feel like this is kind of cute, actually. I feel like somebody's made up their mind and now they're trying to find the person they've been thinking about. We've got little wings on these sandals that this guy's wearing. It's like, okay, I think I killed that demon right over there, like, which is to say, I think I deaded that situation. And now I can start moving forward. I've got, my airplane tickets or my train tickets, but I'm still kind of scared to like look forward because I know I'm going to have a really serious conversation about my emotions. I think I can do it, but I don't know how this other person feels. So they might be looking up things on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it might be. And with the Five of Cups, they're trying to make sure that they have fully let go of whatever happened in the past, right? I want to get a little bit more information on this because Five of Cups I prefer to see in the in the reverse, because that's somebody who is moving forward from something that has been difficult in the past. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who's moody. Two of Cups. This is a love card, soulmate card. Someone feels like there is a like perfect match for them out there that they already know. They just didn't make a love offer. So I think they're a little bit anxious right now. We have the Knight of Cups up here as well, you guys. I think they're anxious because they don't know how to do this. Like if this is someone who's been in a relationship for 15, 20 years, the idea of entering this dating scene would be a little bit daunting, don't you think? So you have to figure out, how do I approach this person? How do I figure out if they're single? How do I know if they're still interested in me? What do I say to this person? It's like they were so focused on getting over this giant mountain that was, a divorce or an ending of a relationship that now they're seeing like, you know, the morning dew on the grass and the sun above, and they're on their path over to the person that they're, in love with. I was gonna say obsessed with, so that could be a thing. Um, and then they're like, "Oh shit, what am I gonna say? What do we bring flowers? Do we bring a ring? Well, I know I want to marry it. That's too soon." There's like all of this conversation happening with themselves, the hermit in in the upright, which I like because we have the hermit in the reverse over here. Somebody is traveling, I think, by themselves, trying to figure out what the hell they're going to say. Like, shit, I should have planned this a little bit better. But if this is happening in real time and they're, planning a holiday visit, maybe they're just watching a bunch of movies like Love Actually. But they're determined. Ace of Pentacles. They want this new beginning. They want to make an offer. But I don't think they've told anyone. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, I think they've been rather tight-lipped about these changes because they feel like something like this ex could try to change that for them or try to make them, fumble the football. Judgment in the reverse. This person is determined to make an offer to the one they've been thinking about for a long time because they know what it's like to lose this already and they don't want to lose it again. They feel like they used poor judgment in the past when they walked away from this person that felt like their soulmate because of conventional beliefs or what everyone expected of them. But that old version of themselves is gone. They're not willing to live for other people's pleasure anymore. They want to do what feels right for them. We have the King of Cups in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse. This masculine energy is aware that they held on to emotions, possibly feeling love for this person and never said anything about it. But with the Four of Cups in the reverse, another good one to have in the reverse, we have someone that doesn't want to walk away from something that is meaningful for them. This is somebody who wants to start a new life that isn't, like a marriage of convenience or two people that are just like trying to make it work. This person wants to choose happiness. They know who makes them happy. Let's switch it up here. This is the miniature Rider-Waite. And then I think we'll call it a day because they start throttling me at like now-ish. Chariot in the reverse again. Somebody may be messing with somebody's car, making it so they can't drive it. But we have the Ten of Pentacles coming out here, which is an interesting combination. I feel like this is somebody realizing they can't move money into their own name. Like this ex may have been trying to like wire transfer money or, take ownership of a car or something like that, and they've not been able to do so. We have the Devil in the reverse. Somebody has let go of their fears or insecurities pertaining to pursuing this new relationship. They have healed. That's a beautiful thing to achieve. So if that's you, give yourself a pat on the back. Damn, look at you go. Stronger than ever. You know what you want. You know who you are. You know how to move through life without sacrificing your own happiness. This is beautiful. Somebody has gone through a spiritual awakening here. We have the Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. So, Divine Feminine, you've got a masculine not able to sleep at night because they've put in all this work to end a relationship, all this work to move closer to you. And this could literally be like the night before they're going to come talk to you and they're like, what if I did all this and she doesn't want to be with me? What do I do then? But let me tell you this, Mr. Masculine. You done good. Because the best way to ruin the prospect of a beautiful relationship is by starting it off on the wrong foot. If you had not ended this relationship that was not healthy for you, that you knew wasn't right for you anyways, and just asked if somebody was willing to be with you instead before you did the work, that's the wrong way to do it. You got to show the universe that you respect this person that you want to be with by doing it the right way, letting go of something else before you try to pursue a new thing, right? So, masculine, please try to sleep at night. Have faith. Remember that you're getting signs. So, feel free to feel free to turn on, Spotify or the radio and say, okay, next song, what is the mood of my person? Something like that. And you might be surprised that it feels pretty accurate. But we've got somebody who is kind of walking in the dark, not really knowing what they're going to find. With the Hermit in the reverse, this is a little bit of concern, right? Like, I don't know my way. I haven't done this before. But with Judgment here, you have protection. Someone is guiding you. Someone wants this to happen. So things are going to maybe even feel like a little bit lucky for you. Like, man, I just like accidentally turned on the right street. That's kind of cool. Or, oh wow, somebody didn't even know who I was looking for, but just gave me a piece of information that I need. That's pretty cool. Ace of Swords. There is a need for you to be able to speak your truth, even if you don't get the outcome that you want. So there's relief that you will feel even if this person rejects you, because you did right by yourself. You spoke your truth. You stood up for what you wanted. You shot your shot. Shoot at your shot? Whatever. Yeah. I want a little bit more about this Emperor. Somebody who has healed from a very serious betrayal. But I also feel like this Ten of Swords in the reverse and Four of Pentacles is saying that our Emperor here has held back something that really was painful, letting go of someone that they really did care about. Tell me about this Princess of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, Tower. This Divine Masculine knows this Divine Feminine is worthy of changing everything in his life. That's a big statement. What did you do, Divine Feminine? Well, it may be delayed, but somebody is very excited to tell you that you're amazing. Tell me about the World in the reverse. This is about unfinished business. Oh, I know I didn't say how I felt to you all those years ago or all those months ago or whenever it was, but I'm going to now. I'm going to express myself now. And you may not feel the same way, but I'll feel better because I got that off my chest and did right. I balanced the scales in this situation. If you don't want me, that's going to be difficult, but at least I did what I needed to do, right? Nine of Wands in the reverse, Two of Swords in the reverse. I made my decision. I know what I want to fight for, what I don't want to fight for, but I'm also not going to force the situation. I want to have victory with you if that's what you want to have, but I know I want you. Oh, I hope you get this message soon, Divine Feminine. All right, I keep extending this. You guys haven't told me my sound is off, so that's good. We'll get a couple from the Romance Angel Oracle, and then we'll call it a day. And then I think what I'm going to do here is dive into the 2023 predictions for you guys. And I'll do those individually by sign. Don't want to make Pirate work too hard, having to put all of the timestamps in. Oh my. Yeah, see, we have a masculine here who is worried about whether or not this is unrequited love. But what do we have? True love. Shoot your shot, masculine. This looks good. This is the romance of a lifetime. You guys may have known each other from a past life. If you don't know whether or not you believe in past lives, I would recommend, I think it's called Surviving Death on Netflix. In particular, the last like 2 episodes, well, like episode and a half, are pretty stellar. I didn't really care for the ectoplasm stuff, but you know, to each their own. All right. This I feel is about the X. Pay attention to the red flags. I feel like the divine masculine and divine feminine are going to need to come together as a team because this X is going to try to separate you two. So don't fall victim to whatever manipulations might lead you to argue. Give your person the benefit of the doubt while maintaining, of course, your connection with spirit and following your intuition and your boundaries or respect for yourself, right? All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, hang out with the kitty cat, but then I'll be back a little bit later with some more for you guys. See you then.